Hey everyone, welcome to Will's Trusts and Estates. As you can see, this is our Blackboard course shell, and I'm just going to give you a brief tutorial on how to walk through and use it. It's going to be really similar to last term, so there really shouldn't be any surprises. I know all of you had my class last term, so this should be pretty familiar, but of course, if you have any questions, reach out to me, but I still thought this would be a helpful thing to do. For future reference. So obviously you can see right here, we're on the home page. Any announcements that I make for the class will be posted right here in the My Announcements section. You'll also get an email to your Kaiser email address whenever I post an announcement. I usually send out a group text when I post an announcement too. You guys know that. So that's the home page. The Meet Your Instructor page, which is right up here on the left, you'll be able to see, again, all my information, which you guys probably have at this point, but my contact information is here. I posted a nice little welcome video for you guys, just welcoming you to this class. So hopefully you have all the information that you need to get in touch with me and about my background, and you can find that there. Skipping down to the syllabus here. You can see everything here that we're going to be doing this term. The course schedule, we're going to meet just like we did last term at 6:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays in Kaiser Live. Please, if you're going to miss class, just shoot me a text right ahead of time so that I don't wait for you to log in and don't hold up the other students. And what we'll do again this term is if you do miss class, I will put up an attendance quiz. I'll say some passwords during the lecture, and you would just take that within 24 hours and just put in the password so I can just mark you present for that day. You guys should know how to get into Kaiser Live at this point, but if you don't, there's a description right here. Obviously, attendance and participation, you guys know my policies on that, but it's all written out here as well. You all did great with it last term, so I don't expect any different this term. Here's the textbook we're going to be using this term, as well as how to obtain your textbook. If you have any questions about that, reach out to me as soon as possible. These are some of the goals of the course. Obviously, the breakdown of your grading and evaluation methods is going to be here. You can see I put up all the various assignments, their due dates, and the percentage of your grade that they encompass. And then I have broken down our course calendar, week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. Which are all, and all of this information is also contained in all the weeks 1 through 4 tabs over on the left-hand side. So you should know where to access those as well with all the particulars for each assignment. So I'll go through those in a minute too, though. And then lastly, just course guidelines and policies regarding academic integrity, exams, electronic submission of assignments. As you guys know, everything needs to be submitted through Blackboard. Again, if you have any questions on that, let me know, but you all did great with it last term. Late assignments, I'm very reasonable. You know, I'll work with you guys. I get that times are a little bit crazy right now, and sometimes life is just crazy. But I just want to make sure that you communicate with me and let me know what is going on. If you are going to, have a late assignment and not submit anything on time. If you talk to me, I can work with you. But if you just don't submit it, that's when we start to have problems. But all of you were great with that last term, but just keep me posted on everything, okay? Password reset and tech support if you need it, and then various other requirements and program missions and goals, which hopefully you guys are familiar with at this point. But if not, it's there for your review. Moving right along, clicking into our student resources section. Again, I've just laid out first we'll have our, this video will be posted right there and how to navigate and use our Blackboard course shell. I put out additional course descriptions, course schedules, again, all similar information, how to get into Kaiser Live, attendance and participation, password and tech support, and then again, our course calendar, or I should say your grading breakdown for what's going to be the basis of your grade, and then refer to weeks 1 through 4 for the particulars of the course calendar. And then some further information on my contact information and how to obtain your textbook and what the required textbook is. I also always attach files here in the student resources section, which you guys are aware of. For your reference. I also post them in weeks 1 through 4, but they're also here if you ever need them. There's a bunch of sample wills here, samples trusts, and I'm going to go through all of this stuff. I will also put all of the PowerPoints here. I've currently posted them in the weeks 1 through 4, but I still have to make some edits to some of them. So once they're all permanently finalized, once I change them, I'll put them all here as well. So just easy way for you to access it. Those PowerPoints are good summaries of the chapters of the information you should know. All right, so moving right along, our program resources. Again, just a summary on the program missions, the goals, and again, if you ever need how to reset your password and tech support. The discussion tab, you guys should be pretty familiar with this at this point, but you can see the 2 discussions that we're going to do this term. We're only going to do one in week 1 and then one in week 3 because week 2 is going to be focused on the midterm and a drafting assignment and another course objective exercise. So I thought it'd be best to balance the work and just do discussion boards in week 1 and week 3. So that is not a mistake. That is intentional on my part. And you can also access these directly through the week 1 through 4 links, which we will talk about in just a moment. Kaiser Live. You guys know how to access this, but should be pretty straightforward. Just click on Wills Trust and Estates. You would just click on Join Course Room and you will be all set. Some of you know how to dial in if you ever need to, given work schedules. And I know things change because life is pretty hectic right now. You know how to dial in if you need to listen to the lecture. And of course, as you guys know, the lectures will always be recorded. And if you ever need to access any of the recordings for the lecture, you can you just click on here. It would be recordings. Obviously, there's none here yet because I haven't done any, but that's how you would access them, okay? And again, if you have any questions or ever, forget how to do that, you can just reach out to me. So moving right along, we'll click down here to the Start Here tab. Make sure when you first start the course, either on the first day or before, just fill out the certification. It's just certifying you understand Kaiser's academic integrity rules and policies, and obviously you're not going to cheat. Because effectively you're just cheating yourself. So, but it also does violate the rules. So make sure that you just fill out the certification. Take a look at my welcome message here, a little summary about wills and people's perceptions of them. And again, I summarize my attendance and participation policy, our drafting assignment. You're going to draft a will this term. I will teach you how to do it. Don't worry. And again, if you ever have any unexpected illness or event that comes up, again, I know these are very difficult times and kind of uncharted territory, although we've all been dealing with it pretty well. Just reach out to me immediately, and then you can get in touch with the dean, and I'll let you know what your options are. With respect to that, excuse me, he will let you know what your options are if something were to happen, but hopefully that doesn't. All right. So moving right along, we'll go into week 1. Here's your week 1 summary of everything we're going to do this week, similar to last term. And then if you just scroll down, you can find all of these assignments and what you're going to need to do. I have, again, for your convenience, put up all the weekly readings in a PDF format. So hopefully, obviously, you should have the textbook. It's good to have it, but if for whatever reason you struggled with it, you couldn't get it, or you only have an online version, or whatever the issue may be, I have provided the readings for you, but make sure you do those readings. Definitely do the readings before class if you can, because I think it will really put in context what we're going to talk about. Wills, Trusts, and Estates is not a it's a little complicated at times, and sometimes the terminology it's nuanced and it's different, and it can take a little while to grasp. So if it's something you don't have a lot of experience dealing with, which hopefully you don't, it can be a little difficult. So it might be easier, might make your life easier if you read the chapters ahead of time. I think that it would help put in context what I'm going to be talking about in class. I will always fully explain everything, but I think it'll help you better understand the material if you do that. So there's the chapters, and then here are all the PowerPoints. Again, I'm still editing some of them, but they're all there for you, and when I edit them, I'll just replace it, and you'll see them. So you can always access the reading and the PowerPoints, which again are good study guides. The discussion board. You guys know how to do this. So this is your week 1 discussion board. You just click on it, and then you click on week 1 discussion board, and then you click on create thread. and you guys would just write in your subject, week 1 discussion board, and just answer accordingly there and then submit. And when one of your classmates, because the assignment is to respond to at least 2 of your classmates, so when one of your classmates posts a thread in here, you guys know how to just respond. You just click on the thread and hit reply, and that's how you respond to your classmates. And you all did that great last term, so that should definitely just be a simple review for you. Heading back into week 1, this is your course objective exercise. These are the factual scenario, and I just basically want you to answer, this is the factual scenario, and answer the question, these questions here. And you can simply submit your answers via an attachment in a short memo to me. So you could just do a little memo header, and you can either do it you could do it in a Word document, which is what I suggest, and then you just attach your file, browse your computer, attach your file, and hit submit. And that's basically it. So, and don't worry, I'll go over all of this with you, but it's basically about a will and kind of how it works. The last thing is going to be your journal for week 1. So, and you guys are really familiar with this, just part of class participation. It helps me keep a good pulse on what's going on. And if you have any issues, and you can reach, mention them in there, reach out to me. And again, only I can see your posts in there. So it's a little bit more personal, which is good. Week 2, same situation. You've got your summary. You've got your week 2 readings and the PowerPoints. This is where I'll put your drafting assignment. I haven't put in all the facts yet, but I will. And you're going to draft a will. There's a sample of the will that a sample will that you'll be able to model your will on. And again, we'll talk more about all of that. This is your week 2 course objective exercise. You can go through it. These are the 4 wills you're going to review, and these are actually the wills of John Lennon, JFK, Whitney Houston, and Elvis. And you'll go through and just answer all of these questions for each one of those 4 wills in the same type of memo format that you can just upload and submit to me. Again, just by clicking here, you could create it in a Word document, and then you just browse your computer, upload, and pretty straightforward, just like last term. Any questions on that, though, you know the rules, just let me know. And again, your journal, and then your midterm, when I make it available to you, will be found down here as well at the end of week 2. So moving right on to week 3, you again have your summary, your week 3 reading with your PowerPoint readings and the PowerPoints. I gave you a sample trust here to take a look at. But again, this will all be really, really helpful to you. I'll go over the PowerPoints in class with additional examples and explanations and answer questions, but please do the readings as best you can before class, because again, I think it will help put this stuff in context for you, because it is a little bit, it's a little bit of a different language at times. So I think it'll be helpful for you to have at least a baseline understanding before I start lecturing on it. Week 3 discussion board, you guys know how to access it, you know how to do it. All the instructions are here and repeated in the discussion board itself. And this is your week 3 course objective exercise. Same situation. You would just, again, do a short memo addressed to me, and you would just fill it out in a Word document, answer all these questions. These are basically, we're kind of doing a review here, going over all the stuff that we're going to cover in these chapters, and you'll just do short answers to all of these. Nothing crazy, nothing too long, don't stress. All the answers are in the textbook, in the reading, in the PowerPoints, so take your time, but we're going to kind of be practicing writing in this situation rather than, full sentences, a brief description of whatever the answer is, rather than just doing the multiple choice and true false like we had done the course objective exercise last term, which is kind of mixing it up, practicing different skills. So you would go through that, just answer the questions for the various chapters, and submit, again, just by clicking on here, and you'd submit your, you'd attach your answer and just submit it to me there. Okay, and then lastly will just be your journal entry for week 3. And then finally in week 4, just our week 4 summary is here right now. Again, we'll do a review in class on Tuesday for the final exam, and then you'll take the final exam and the post-test on Thursday, July 2nd at 6:30, just like we did for the last term, so you guys know what to expect, and you'll find the final and the post-test right here, right beneath this area where when I make it available for you. Okay, so that is it, guys. If you, oh, lastly, I will say, when you click on Gradebook, it'll show you your grades, but you guys should know how to access that already, for all that stuff. But that's the other thing, just to be familiar with, but you guys should probably know that already. All right, thanks, guys. Any questions, please reach out to me, and I look forward to teaching you Wills Trust and Estates this term. All right, thanks so much. Bye.